Hello, beautiful people. Hey, look, before I start this session, I have a big announcement to make. And, the documentary that's been in the works for a long time about my son Eric's life, it's almost finished. But in order to get to that finish line, the director producer Paula Marino needs some help. So she needs funds to cover all the professional fees that will be involved to bring the story to the screen, like a professional story editor, a music composer, a sound mixer, an illustrator, animator, etc., etc. Now, Paula created a crowdfunding page where you can donate whatever you feel comfortable donating. You can also donate by purchasing a 30-minute session with one of our mediums, or by purchasing an item from the Erik merchandise store, like the one I'm wearing. Saving the world one prank at a time. It's an embroidered image, so it's really nice. So anyway, go visit channelingericdoc.com and take a look at it. This project is very near and dear to my heart. And one of my greatest wishes is to get the story out to more people so we can help more people. And I want you to go and see the trailer that's on the channelingericdoc.com. It's so moving. It's so powerful. It was my first reaction. It was a gut punch. Um, but it says it all. So look at the trailer and let me know what you think. Thank you, guys.
Hi guys. Welcome to Channeling Erik. My name is Nicole Schwarz, and this is Ginger Bayley. And we are mediums for Channeling Erik, and we are trying something a little different. And it's actually cool being on the other side of it, because Ginger was actually my mentor. So it's like I'm kind of giving her the questions. So it'll be very, very cool. And our links and our information will be at the bottom. So just check out for that.
Yeah.
All right. So our topic of the today is AGARTHA, the Hollow Earth.
Yep.
Erik's ready. He's like, I got this, guys. I got this.
Yeah, I got him. I
Okay.
got him here. He's saying, hi, everyone. Hi. And he's laughing. Now he's laughing at us. So
I'm trying to laugh with you, okay?
Right.
Okay, so
Make
it
my
says
eyes water. Go ahead. Sorry.
Stop it, Erik. Agartha is a legendary kingdom that is said to be located in the inner surface of the earth. It sometimes is related to the belief in the hollow earth, and it is a popular subject in esotericism, occultism, and the New Age. Have you heard a lot about this topic before?
No, I've heard stories in the past. I've heard stories. Not much though.
Right, same here.
I don't know. I never really thought about it. I never really thought
Me
about it.
either.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you ready? You want to start off
Yeah.
with questions?
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Go.
So, is it really a legend, or do you want me to say both, or do you want me to split them apart? I don't know what's easiest for you.
Just whatever the question is. Like, is it one
Okay.
whole question? Yeah.
Is it really a legend, or the Hollow Earth trill exists?
Okay, so something Eric's saying here is he's showing me that it's both. Okay. Now, when he says this, there are stories, there are myths, there are things that have been told about this that are fictional. I see what he's saying here. But there is actually places within the earth that are it's more like a 5-dimensional space, not
Hmm.
3-dimensional, he's saying. So it's not like we could go there physically and touch it.
Right.
And and now as soon as I say that, he goes, this is gonna like really like affect probably some of the questions throughout it, but there are some other things that he's showing me that's pretty interesting about other planets that have things like this
Okay,
that are
cool.
actually 3D, but not here on our planet or in our planet. Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Which actually brings to the next question. Are they 3D or a 5D race of beings? Are they on a higher frequency than 5D?
So there's many different ones. It's not just one civilization. He's showing me alien beings, interdimensional beings, which I still try to figure out what the difference of that is, because I figure if they're not from here, it's alien, it's ET. So, but he also shows me like spiritual beings too, because it is 5D, which is the same as a spiritual plane. So, let's see here. Yeah, so he's showing me that there's different beings, but they're ones that can go into the 5-dimensional place, in that
From
space.
3D?
Right, right. Um, he says that there will be a time that we will be there, that we will be in that place, that not in the center of the earth, but that we can go there with our bodies, where our bodies will be to a point where we will be more 5D than 3D, which
Oh,
in a way is something that's not tangible. It's not tangible. It's not you still feel touch and everything, but it's not tangible in the way that 3-dimensional is, and it doesn't have the up, the down, the side to side, the dimensions of the 3 dimension. It has more. He says it has that
right.
and more. So when you go to one dimension to another, there's different things that are added to each dimension. So they're like layers he's showing. So yeah.
He said, um, what he just showed me is it, do you mind if I,
Yeah, go ahead.
he just showed me like an elevator, like going up, like that, like,
Oh
nope,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
not going,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
going up to each level. And I'm like, why an elevator? But
Yeah.
that's kind of like what you said. It's like, I don't know. He tries to. I'm such a visual, and he tries to show me the
Yeah.
vision of
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
coming
Yeah,
off, and
yeah. So like with the 4D, it's all it is 3-dimensional with the no linear time. The time is different.
right,
Time doesn't run the same. But a lot of it, if you don't have the if you don't have the words or the understanding of some of the dimensions, it's hard to explain them. But
right.
it's mostly 5-dimensional is what I'm getting with this.
Okay,
And
awesome.
5-dimensional beings.
Okay, cool. I see that. I see that for sure. So, question number 3: Admiral Byrd allegedly assessed AGARTHA during his exploration. Can you bring him forward and ask him about his experience, if it was true or false that he went there?
Yeah. Yeah, he's here. The second you said his
Mhm.
name, it was like just just like that. Okay. Let me see what he's saying here. So something he's telling me is that he did experience interactions with interdimensional beings. He experienced interactions with alien beings and ones that could show him what it was like, but not physically going there. And so now I don't know what the stories are around him, but I do know he's showing me that there are things that were fabricated. Like some of his
Okay.
writings that he did were exaggerated and fabricated and added to. So he's saying that he was never physically in that space until he crossed over. he's like
Okay.
he's
So
like I have to say until I crossed over. Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
because that makes sense. With like the next, it's like they lead you to the next question. If
yeah.
they are higher than 3D, how was he able to access that? So then that makes sense because
Yeah, right. And he didn't actually access it. That was part of the stories that were told. Um, and again, there's stories and then there's reality to it, but it's not a
right.
3D reality, it's a 5-dimensional reality. And he's saying that they would show him things though, like he was shown it, like within his mind. He was shown
Okay.
these things of what it was like. So are we wearing the
Okay.
same shirt?
Oh, really? That's so cool. Represent. Look. What it's so
That's
fun.
funny.
Did
My
I tell you
grandson.
earlier? I don't know if I did. It's like before we started, I was just sitting here and I was like getting ready and Eric just showed me we were in a car and all of us were in the car. He's like, I'm down for the ride, but we're all wearing this shirt.
Oh my
And it's
gosh.
funny because we're both wearing it right now. We have
Yeah,
no
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's funny. I know. I was like, oh, I think we're wearing the same thing. Eric merch.
He's like, I got to get my girls looking good. He's so funny. Okay, so question. Are the Akashic records hidden with Agartha or elsewhere? If it's said that the Akashic records for Earth exist within the inner Earth, but in a different frequency. What can you share about the connection between Agartha and these records?
So Akashic records are in the three-dimensional plane, so spiritual plane. They're not hidden. So that's a
Okay.
no to them being hidden. And they're not hidden like they're I think that what that question is maybe insinuating is that they're a physical thing that's hidden within the earth,
They
right?
because the
Yeah.
next part I didn't want to like overwhelm
Oh
you
no,
with
no,
so
no, it's
many
okay.
like different
That's okay.
parts, and it says, are the Agartha the key to accessing this vast universal library, or is it located elsewhere?
Oh, okay. Okay. So something that Eric is showing me is that it is a three-dimension it's not a three-dimensional physical thing. The Akashic records are something that are accessible into the in the five-dimensional
Right.
plane, and so you can access them. It's not like they're sitting right there in the middle of the earth. It's not like an open space. It's just that you when you cross over into the five-dimensional space, you can access the
Right.
Akashic records because everything's accessible that's in that plane. So, yeah.
Right. They think they're just gonna. I feel like people think, oh, if I go to this spot, like
I get to
like or
read.
like
Yeah,
a,
yeah,
I don't know. Eric's showing me like a temple, like the not a temple, more of like the pyramids. Like, oh, if I go to the pyramids, and I'm gonna get some, you'll get some sacred knowledge, but you're not
yeah.
gonna be able to like take anything. You know what I mean? Like, you can't
Right,
take
right,
take
right.
stuff
Physically
away
take
with
away.
knowledge, but yeah.
Right, right. And
So,
you can access them. People can access them if they learn to connect spiritually, you know, tune into their spiritual abilities. So you can access them. There's people that do it.
yeah, and I think so. If you're drawn to more of a, like a place on Earth, I feel like even if you've never been there before, there's definitely a part of you in a past life that's been
Right,
somewhere like around
right,
water or landlocked
right,
or
right,
makes me.
right. Exactly.
Okay, so many claim that the beings within Agartha are incredibly advanced and possess knowledge far beyond what we understand on the surface. If that's true, how might this higher intelligence be connected to the functioning of the universe or our collective spiritual evolution?
Howard, okay. I'm gonna see what he's saying here. How are they connected? They're connected spiritually. Or is it asking like what they do for us or something? Like what they can do for us?
How might their higher intelligence be connected to the functioning of the universe and our spiritual evolution? I'm
Oh,
guessing.
okay. Okay, so something Eric's showing me right now is connection like he's showing me our evolution, and he's showing that they are a part of that in a way of bringing in technology, like
Mhm.
technological advances. I can't say that word. And let's see. Oh, he shows protection, that they protect us from lower
Okay.
vibrational like beings and like other ETs or something that might be, a danger to our planet, to humanity. So they protect, there's protection. Let me see what else here. There's more. There's a lot of things, but I'm trying to get out like just a few of them. Um, Give me an example. So he's showing inventions to help improve the world and humanity. Um, he does it on a collective and an individual level. Okay. So for instance, people that have ideas for inventions like medically or it doesn't have to all be medically, but like, okay, he's showing me like the space telescopes and stuff.
Yeah.
He's showing me satellites, all these different things that we have came from not just these beings, but they were part of it. Okay. That
Okay.
bring
Makes
in
sense.
ideas. Everything that's invented around us that comes in is brought from the other side first. It's thought of there first, is what I'm hearing.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And they're part of it. They're not the only ones, but they're part of it. Because it's not just one civilization. We have to remember this is like many, many different 5-dimensional beings and spirits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is the inner sun of our planet made of the same substance of our solar system?
No, because it's not a 3-dimensional place, so it's not what they're thinking to where I know I did see that movie. Is it Brendan Fraser? Is that who was in
I
it?
haven't seen
Okay,
it.
so it's a pretty good movie. It's cute. It's cute. So I know what they're talking about. And I've seen pictures, okay, of what this looks like, and it looks like there's a sun down there and land and everything. But what's funny is that he shows me other planets that actually physically have this, and they're created that way because of the different structure of them. So no, we don't have that in the middle of our earth, and no, the 5-dimensional doesn't have that. Okay. But I do want to I want to talk about what he's showing me, and he's showing me that there are some other planets out there that do have um the outside of their planet is not livable, and so the inside of the planet is where people reside. Okay.
Right.
And he's showing me
Like
like,
Mercury?
well, it's not Mercury, but it's kind of like
Like
that. Yeah.
something like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. Where you can't live on the outside of it. So he's showing me and these are very advanced beings that have created a way to um I, I guess it would be like terraforming in a way internally, right? Terraforming
Right.
internally. So he's showing like some kind of like magnesium, different elements that glow. They glow, and they're
That's
going
so
through the
funny.
rocks. They're going through the rocks and glow.
He's showing me the same thing. And I was like,
Yeah,
it's weird. It's like not like when a star is born, but like the same kind of like colors and
right,
energy. And it's like
right,
that.
right. It doesn't have like our sun has, what is it, helium, and come on, Ginger, remember science? You went. What is it? Helium and
I'm like, I should know this.
I know. Tell me, Eric, what is it? Well, it doesn't really matter, but it's not the helium stars, okay? It's not the helium stars that we're usually like used to in our universe.
Right.
So it's more of a it's not even magma. It's like magnesium and different elements that come together and glow is what he's showing for like internal light. So
Aluminum.
helium. Helium, hydrogen.
Hydrogen.
Yeah. Oh, you mean like another planets? I just
Doesn't,
remember, yeah, I remembered the word that, that I was trying to get earlier. Stars
oh
have
no, you're
helium and
fine.
hydrogen. I just are not okay. Give you credit. He said you didn't remember. I gave it to you. So
I think he said he's the one who told me aluminum glows. I don't know. I don't know
yeah,
any. I
it's a
was
mixture.
terrible at chemistry. I was terrible at chemistry. I'm glad I passed, but
Yeah. I really
periodic
loved it,
table.
but I don't. It's been so long. I mean, it's been many moons ago.
So how does the inner sun affect the environment and life forms living there? Does it play a role in sustaining the advanced civilization that is said to exist within?
Not on our planet because we don't have that. But I think the reason why he's bringing up the other planets that kind of have this similarity to what what people talk about that they think is in our planet is kind of to let people know that it does exist and
Mhm.
there is a reason why people thought of this. People just didn't like out of nowhere just see this in their imagination. It was brought in from somewhere. They were tuned into other, beings that showed them these things, maybe just didn't see it that way. Um, so it, it's not like that on our planet. So, but on the other planets, what he shows me is he doesn't show me like animals like we have, animals like we have, on this planet. You know what I mean? Within their
He's
their their Earth, right? It's just way different. But in our, it's not hollow Earth, but in what our in center of our Earth is more of um the 5 dimensional. So there wouldn't be any kind of like sun or
right.
sunlight or feeding of anything. Yeah.
He's just giving me, there's somebody saying, he's like, see, he's like, he just get ding. He's like, so many synchronicities. Cause I saw like, oh, before we went on, I was like, there's no, cause I did like automatic writing just so I knew nothing about, I
Yeah.
just knew like, I was like, oh, I just knew it, what maybe it was, And he was like, cause I saw a deer and he's like, yep, nope, nothing like that. No animals like that. And I was like,
Mm-mm.
okay, like, it's so funny
Yeah.
you say it's like you're
Yeah.
confirming
Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
he's just like, duh.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I?
Done, Nicole.
So so you already answered this, but so limit humans are not living there. Regular humans cannot survive there.
Only in spirit.
Okay. So
Yep.
only if they
Only in
passed
spirit.
over.
Only in spirit. And also there is not a, you don't cross in. Okay, he's showing me like portals. Humans can't cross past this with their physical body, but there have been humans that have crossed these portals. Okay,
Okay.
but there was always some kind of 5 dimensional being or spirit or whatever it was
That
that helped
they
them.
guide
But
them. Okay.
right, and the body is gone after that. And he doesn't really show me what happens to the body, probably because I don't want to see what happens to the body, but the body is just not there. It's not a part of it. It's just their
Right.
soul. So it's pretty much dying and going to the next level, the next dimension. The body
So
dying.
if Agartha is real, can people live there? What kind of beings live there?
5 dimensional beings, there's a lot of different I don't want to say species, I guess. But there are
So what
different.
is the animal and plant kingdom there?
It's not even okay, so it's not even a place where somebody lives, right? They don't
Okay.
actually just live there and reside there. He's showing like it's almost like a hangout. He's like a hangout. So he's just showing like, okay, so he's showing like some of the beings that go in this space. It's a space where they can help the planet and they can
Okay.
help humanity. Um, it's just connected. He's showing me all these like a web, like it's all connected. It's all connected to like portals around the world. There's so many different spots around the world, and then working within this space, this 5 dimensional space, because you can do it on the outside too, but it's hard because I'm seeing it. I have to see it as a space when there's really not a space
Right.
because it's not 3D, right?
Right.
5 dimensional is different and it's hard to explain with our words. So when I say it's a space, it's just part of, just think of it as part of the spiritual plane and not just in the middle of something. Okay. But that's the
Yeah,
only way
that's a
our human minds can understand it, to have
yeah.
measurement and point A and point B. And it's just not like that. So it's deeper, he said.
So what similarities exist between Agartha and other mythical underworlds like Atlantis or Lemuria? I just did Lemuria. And
Yeah.
that was wild. I got to tell you that. I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
like,
That was
Eric,
great.
I was running with you, Eric. I was like,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
right,
yeah,
whatever comes out of
yeah.
my mouth, I'm running with you.
Yeah. So it is similar to some of the beings that are there because there were 5-dimensional or are 5-dimensional beings that came from those times. So it's similar in the fact that it's not similar into the space it is like the
Right.
dimensions, but it's similar
Are the
into
portals
some,
the
yeah,
same?
the portal,
Like they
any of
both
the
have
portals.
different kind of portal, you know what I mean? Like that lead to their different, it
Right,
could.
right. So every single portal that goes to the 5-dimensional is the same, but there are some portals that go into higher dimensions, okay, or
Mhm.
maybe even lower dimensions like 4D. All right. He says that's not as common, but it's more 5D and up because there's so many layers that go higher and higher. Um, so there are portals around the world. And those are more like a physical in a way because they have a placement. I'm trying to
Right.
this is so weird in my head to try to like put this together, but there's a placement of them. Like when I did Mount Shasta, there were portals there, and those
Yeah.
went into the center of the earth type energy. Um,
Yeah. I feel like they all
but it's
connect.
still 5D. Yeah,
Yeah.
they do. They do.
Um, so how does the idea of Agartha tie into ideas about advanced civilizations or what technologies or wisdom are said to be held within the kingdom?
Technologies are wisdoms, guys.
Well, you said before,
Yeah,
like,
he's showing that there's so many different things that they so I'm seeing things like changing energies on the planet, helping with the ascension.
that's
And
what,
then
yeah,
yeah,
I feel
yeah,
that.
helping with the ascension. I mean, you could name off, you could keep on like naming all these things off of what they do. But it's all pointed towards our evolution, not just the humanity's evolution, but the planet's evolution. And and he's showing me the actual like universe, the connection to the universe
Mhm.
is evolution. So
Awesome.
um I guess that's what it's asking. Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Could the concept of the hollow earth be interpreted metaphorically? And what philosophical or spiritual lessons can we derive from it?
That's a good question. Um Metaphorically, well, yeah, yeah, definitely. It's already been like talked about metaphorically. And let's see what he says about this though. Um, so with anything, when you're learning a spiritual lesson, it's about trust, belief. It's about, I mean, there's so many things, little things in there. It's about learning to feel. This is a big one coming, like that's been coming about, on this planet since people have been like noticing the ascension. A lot of people, I guess
Right.
you call it waking up. I don't know, what you want to call it, but people that are coming into their own spiritual gifts, things like that, right?
Mhm.
So that I was trying to get from him something like a spiritual lesson. There's not really a lesson. I don't really get like a lesson except for it's experience. Okay, it's experience and growth, and just hearing these things and knowing um, that there is more to it.
Yeah,
That
I'm
makes
getting just like
sense.
widen your, he's saying like, he's just showing me like widen your horizons, like, I don't know, like break open how you like, people's brains are just very limited and they think this or that, but
Yes.
it's this and that, you know? And so that's
Right.
what
Right.
he's showing me
Right.
just like someone's mind blown. That's
Right,
not
right.
like really.
So yeah, so it's more of an experience, and I guess you can look at it as a lesson, but I don't get lesson. I get more of
Right.
experience, and that, yeah, that's a great way to put it.
So
Open up more.
yeah, I agree. Is there a connection between the hollow Earth and the Earth's magnetic field, with theories suggesting that it may be linked to the inner sun or energy sources within the planet.
So this is interesting. When you were reading that, he was showing me that there are magnetic anomalies. Did I say that word right? Anomalies.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Um, he's shown me they're around the planet, but they aren't because there's some kind of opening in the middle of this planet, like physically, or a sun or different energies, going on within the planet like this. He's showing me energetically there's places around the world where these portals are, where you can actually notice it with magnetic changes, the
Like
magnetic field changes.
like
um
vortexes,
yeah,
right?
right,
So
right. And like a compass, like if you have a compass, yeah, and it would like, yeah,
synchronicities. I'm about to be so
yeah,
sorry. Finish.
yeah, yeah.
I told
No,
my
no, that's
dad
all I
that
was
the other
saying, like they
day, and I was
spin
like,
around.
"Look, because we're going to Sedona, right? And one of them's an electromagnetic one." I was like, "Bring a compass. The compass will spin
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that."
that's
Because,
what he's
and he was
showing
like,
me.
"No way." And I was like, "Yeah, do it." And
Yeah,
I told him
yeah,
this yesterday. So Eric's like,
yeah,
"Girl, we're on the
yeah,
same
yeah,
point."
yeah, yeah.
No, that
So
is so. I feel like that's interesting too. Even like some there, he is even showing me like you can even wear like if you feel like um he's showing me like if you don't have like the excitement or you feel like oh he's saying eccentric like you can wear magnets like
mhm.
real magnets and it'll help balance your polarity within your field your
Right,
own field.
right, right. And the more we move forward in the changes with our spiritual knowledge and opening up to it, which is, becoming more and more all the time. I think that you'll notice things more. If you go back to maybe like, the 50s or the 60s or something like that, people weren't as aware of it, but there were little things like, oh, I feel weird when I'm standing here, but not really
Mhm.
realizing it. Now it's stronger, like, and it's not because the portals are stronger or the vortexes, it's more so because your awareness is stronger. So, but
Mhm.
the compass is one of the key things to see the difference of the magnetic anomalies. So
That's
yeah,
so interesting.
yeah.
And there's a lot of places like around you know right earth that there's
Hmm.
places that do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, there's a place near Santa Cruz by me that they call the mystery spot, right? And seriously, and people like will go and they have like a room where, and some of it I used to think was like an optical illusion in a way, and Eric is like
Mhm.
some of it they have to kind of do a little bit just to get you to see
Right.
the difference. So like for instance, there's like this long wood I don't know, board or something, and they put a ball on it. Instead of it like rolling down, it rolls up. It's really weird. Or you're walking and you
That
can
is
feel it. So
that's
yeah,
so cool.
yeah, yeah.
Um, that will there be a time in the next year, 5 years, 20 years, 100 years that your existence will be known worldwide?
Yes. I'm hearing yes, but it's not like what I think what that question's asking is if there's one civilization that lives in the middle of the planet, that's what it's
Right.
asking. But this is a yes to it being known in a way of whoever goes through there, like interdimensional beings or aliens, ETs, whatever it is, the 5 dimensional beings, um, they will be interacting, and they used to interact a long time ago. He's showing me like they used to interact more with people on Earth. Okay. Um,
So
not
did they live on
everybody,
this? Did
not
they live on the surface of Earth?
not like we do 3D, but they used to come and interact like it's weird. It's like showing like just teaching and helping those who were on this planet. And this was like he's showing me like maybe 100,000 years ago or something like that. It's been a long time, but they would interact more. They don't now, and there's many reasons for that. But a lot of it is because of the population we have, and just it's not time, universal timing. So I'm seeing something like how long where you show me? Show me again. Uh, it's like 500 years. And here's the thing he shows is that we will be able to actually cross and go there too. Like they won't just come here from there. We will go there too. And again, it feels weird to say that there's somebody just in there when it's actually just the spiritual plane is all it is. So it's
Okay.
not like
So,
contained in just the middle of the earth.
okay. So can humans enter or only if you allow entrances to be seen?
They can enter, they have. I think we were talking about that earlier. They have entered, but they can't go with their physical body. Once you cross these portals, you can't come back to a physical world. Okay, because you
Okay.
won't have your physical. I mean, you can come back, but you can't come back with your physical body. Let's say that right. Okay. You can't come back with a physical body, he says. Um, there's been people that disappear. There's been people that disappear and go in, these portals, and usually most every single time, there are some kind of being that is a part of it because it's part of their
Okay.
journey. It's something pre-planned. That makes sense.
Okay. So can humans incarnate there?
No, I mean, it's not like a physical place where you incarnate. You can incarnate into civilizations that actually can be 5-dimensional, yes, but it's not like you incarnate to live there as a certain civilization that's living within the earth. And I think that's what that question is asking.
Okay. Um, where are some of the entrances?
Eric takes a map and he's holding his map. You know, one of those maps like you hold and then it unrolls.
Yes, yes.
He unrolls the map.
Like
Okay.
in school, like they did that, like they
Yeah,
pulled it out,
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. But he's just holding up and then it just unrolls, right? So, okay. Mount Shasta, let's name off a few. All right. There's places in Norwegian, Tibet, Brazil, Europe. I'm here in Mongolia, um, Alaska, Canada. So he's naming off a bunch of places, but where it is think of sacred areas in those places,
right.
or people
I'm
already know
getting
about a lot of it.
Thailand. I'm getting Thailand too, and also
Hmm. Greenland.
um
I got Greenland. A lot of volcanic areas, he just said,
yes,
have
yes.
this. Yeah, yeah.
It makes sense.
Places in the
Hawaii.
desert, places in the desert, Sedona.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sedona.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Antarctica. That's a big one. He just showed me
Yes, yes.
Antarctica. Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah.
Are dinosaurs
No.
there?
Unless he goes, unless they want to go, their spirits want to go there, but
Right.
but yeah.
Are there any inner Earth civilizations in Iran?
No, it's still the same. And there is a place though in Iran. That's another place, and this is a sacred place. There's a letter M. He's giving me a letter M of this place. But there's
I
more
just
than
got
one.
I just got weird. I'm getting
Yeah.
like a place in not Iran, but I'm getting like more like towards it, like Sicily area,
Mm,
like not Iran, like they could their skin colors are very similar. He's giving me like that air, like an area like that. He's not telling me
okay.
what the country is though.
Yeah, he says yes to Iran too, but he's showing me like some sacred places they have there that have, and there's a reason why they're sacred places because of history, but there's a reason why they
Mhm.
started in history to be those places. So that's why a lot of places become sacred to some of the cultures on our planet is because they feel it. They feel that energetic pull to it, the spiritual pull. He's
He
showing me.
it like just popped out of my head. He gave me the M, and it went away.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just see a letter M. I don't know what this means. He's saying it's a place there. So names are hard sometimes.
Yeah,
If I
yeah.
don't understand it, or if I don't know the word, I just get letters. But yeah.
As a geography teacher, what am I supposed to teach the students on how the Earth is made inside? Is everything we teach about the different layers wrong?
No, because he's thinking that there's an opening in the center of the earth. So no, everything you teach isn't wrong, but there are, and this isn't energetically, but there are differences. We're getting kind of off topic a little bit. Eric is showing me there are a little bit of things that we will learn in time about our planet that were only theories that we
Right.
theorized about. But for now, he's saying what's being taught is good.
Okay. Um, if they could add one more thing to the surface world and one thing they would like to take away or us to do less of, what would it be?
One thing that they could do, take away, or what would it be? Um, Take away the things that can destroy the planet, take away the pollution. One thing that they would want to add is raising the frequency of humanity more on a collective and an individual, um, individually. But one thing that That's interesting. So one thing that they're showing that they do actually help with too, when we were talking about giving ideas, is they give ideas to different things for like recycling things on the planet, ways to fix things that have gone wrong that you wouldn't usually, have an answer to, to make the just to kind of help Mother Earth because there, a lot of things have been polluted and destroyed and are still being destroyed. Losing things like the rainforest is another one. Eric just said that there's portals,
Mhm.
but he's talking about like the rainforest and trees, deforestation. So he's listing off all these things that will eventually have answers to. But that's what they show to change those things. Now we have to have some things still. It's not ever going to be a perfect place to live because then you wouldn't learn anything. But
Right.
working towards these things is part of the evolution and journey of human
What
evolution.
is the global warming? There it is.
Mm, yeah,
They help with that.
they do. They do. A lot of Mother Earth helps with that too. Um, yeah, yeah. So
Okay. What was the relationship between inner Earth and our ancient African ancestors?
pretty much the
Because
same. Go
there
ahead.
was because they said in African stories, they said where people disappear in the water and mountains, they were thought to disappear in inner Earth.
That's good. That's good. Eric says yes. But it's not like what they think because the stories that were told was it's an actual opening again, a space. But yes, they're just like the portals we're talking about where people would disappear into the portals. So you could think of it as that way, as going into center Earth, but it's really going to 5D. But there is a space within the planet and around the planet. And I mean, it's hard to put a place to it. I keep on trying to see a place, right? But it's just all I see is the spirit plane, the spiritual plane, right? Um, but it can be any of these places. It can be anywhere. It's almost like Eric shows, like if you put your hand out this far, there it is. It's just a different frequency, right?
Right. I
Yeah.
mean, you can put your hand out and like we're touching Eric. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Touching
yeah,
other.
yeah. He's talking about it like just being everywhere, but
Mhm.
there are these portals that are crossed like where you can cross to the other plane, right? So this is a yes that they would. And interactions, he also shows me a long time ago that there were interactions with them again coming to the surface. you know, and now I say coming to the surface as in they're coming from the center Earth, but they're coming to our planet on the
Right.
outside of the planet on our 3D reality to just help and teach, you know. They don't do that as
Mhm.
much now. They still do it though with people that can I don't know, it's like there's certain designated groups of people that can work with ETs, you know, and three-dimensional
Mhm.
or five-dimensional beings that are actually
It's like
three-dimensional
they're
people.
chosen. It's like
Right,
yeah,
right.
they
And this is
choose
this is
to.
within not just our government, but others too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did flight NH-370 go into Hollow Earth?
Let me see
And
here.
if
Huh?
and were the crews and passengers living in Hollow Earth dimension since their disappearance? Where were? Where are the
No,
crews and crew?
he's showing me this plane went off course, way off course into the ocean. And it actually, it crashed into the ocean. So these people are not, I mean, they can go to they all went to five-dimensional space after that because they passed, but it's not like it went like what they're asking where it went into a portal to, um, the center of the earth.
Oh,
Yeah.
Eric showed me he likes for some reason he communicates with me a lot of the times through like movies, music, all that stuff, like
Mhm.
visual, so I can be like, okay, duh,
Yeah.
Lost. Lost, like the plane.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So that's what
Except that I
happened.
don't think there's people living though. Like I mean, does
They
he show
never
you
left.
that?
Yeah, yeah, no, they all died.
Yeah, that's what I seen too. That's what I seen
Mhm.
too. And it was so far off course. And another thing, and this would be for another video, but something I asked him was what happened, and all he shows me is that there was an attempt to take the plane or something.
That's what I'm getting too. And it
Yeah,
was an attempt gone wrong, and then it went. But
way
there was
off
like someone,
course.
yeah, but there was somebody else in the cockpit with the pilots. It wasn't just one hijacker.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
So that's a no.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not
Are
physically.
descend
That's a no to it them going physically.
okay. Are their descendants still living on Earth, and who were they?
So again, this is more than one civilization. This is more than one people or entities or beings. So it's not like what they think where it was people living on the planet and then they went into the center of the earth, because it's not like that. So that'd be kind of
Okay.
hard to answer that one in that way. It's just a mix of beings, you know, that can go 5D.
Right. Um, so these might be a little bit of repeats, but
Okay.
what do they think of us living up here on Earth? Do they have any thoughts?
Well, of course they are. What do they think of us? Like think of us as a people, maybe. It's not like, oh, what are those people doing up there? And it's not like that because they
Like
are
George is
part.
watching TV again?
Yeah, right. Get off the couch, Sally. No, no, what Eric's showing me is they interact with us. It's not like they have any negative thinking about us. There's not like just one thought about us. If anything, if anything, he says that he's showing like many of the different beings think of us as very young, um, young, immature civilization, very young and
Like
immature
little kid, like
civilization.
look, yeah,
Yeah,
like they have a lot to learn.
yeah, young and immature. That's what he said.
Okay. Um, do the people want to keep us on the surface, or do they want to keep us, or do they want to try to raise our consciousness before we're allowed in?
That would be a great question if it was actually, physical, but and it's still a great question, but of course you have to have a higher vibration and frequency to be able to go into this dimension. But
Mhm.
it's not anybody wanting to keep us away. No. Nobody's trying to keep us out or away, but you do have to change frequencies to go in that place.
Um, do they ever come visit us on the surface?
They do. Those certain groups, certain chosen people that work with them. But also, and it's not all of them, it's just certain. I don't see like a big number of different alien races or five-dimensional beings. I don't see a big number that comes here and works with people. There's just certain ones that will come and work with like different people on the planet, different groups for advance in technology, ideas on how to better
Mhm.
things, and protection. Again, like we talked about earlier, I see protection. Um, it's like an energy protection is what I can
Right.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so, and their view of what best things we can do as an individual to evolve in the consciousness. And that's the last question.
Okay, so let me see what I can get here. Hold on. So I'm hearing see yourselves as one. Okay. Start trying to see yourself as one, as in one with everyone.
Mhm.
What you do to somebody, you're doing to yourself. Eric says some of this is repeat that's been said in other things, but this is something that they really push is practicing selflessness. Um, accepting your journey as a necessary experience for growth. Let's see what else. No matter how difficult or wrong it may seem, like accept it. Accepting. That's a hard one too. Surrender and acceptance is not easy
Mhm.
for us, but that's just part of our journey, right? Um, and know that most of the time it's only your perception. Okay, the way you're looking at something and not so much what the reality of it is in this
Right.
world, in our world, in our three-dimensional world, in our journey. It's not a spiritual reality. Your perception is not always the spiritual reality. So yeah.
Or yeah, it's like kind of like your perception is kind of like your own opinion. You're seeing it through your lens, but it's like, what is it through other people's lens? You know what I mean?
Right, everybody has their own perception of things, and a lot of times the perception is what, if you're feeling like it's overwhelming or anxious, or it makes you anxious, or and those things are necessary because you grow when you feel those things, right? Those feelings are necessary. We're supposed to have a variety of feelings and go through things, but just to know, come to the realization that there is a true reason for things, and this is just an experience for soul evolution. So
Okay.
it helps sometimes, but yeah. Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to add, Eric, Ginger?
Now Eric is just saying that don't be afraid, don't fear portals, don't fear the change, the different feeling of it. If you're in these areas, don't have fear to it, or fear that there's other beings out there that are you know uh nefarious, or coming after there. We have a lot of protection, we do, in
Mhm.
these five-dimensional spiritual beings, or interdimensional beings, whatever they might be. But there's a mix. It's a mix of them. So that's what he says. Don't let fear get in the way of enjoying your life, you know. So,
I
and he
totally
just says,
agree.
"Love you, everyone. Love you." So funny.
He is so funny. Such a big heart.
Hmm. Yeah.
Well, we love you, Eric, and we thank you so
Love you,
much.
Eric. Yep.
Um, and again, Ginger's information is going to be at the bottom, and so is mine. And thank you for letting us be
Yeah.
your host and guest on Channeling Eric today.
Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button,
Yes.
subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And did I leave anything out? Oh, don't forget to get your shirts.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Get your Channeling Eric merch. And Get your Atlantis scalar crystals as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love that necklace that they're
You know,
making
they're
now.
all, I gotta get
Yeah,
mine.
yeah, it's nice.
Okay, well, bye guys. Have a great day.
Bye. Thank you.